name is Mark R. Miller, founder of American Association for Lost Children, which is a one-of-a-kind, awesome and unique charity that physically finds and rescues missing children, operating strictly on tax-deductible donations. American Association for Lost Children has rescued well over 135 missing children throughout the United States and abroad, such countries as South Korea, Mexico, Germany, and Lebanon. We do it all for free. We get no government help. We operate strictly on donations. In some cases, the missing children, names have been changed, they've been sexually abused, which is just unheard of. We're here to rescue these children out of these dire straits situations. We work with law enforcement agencies. We do the undercover work. We even go to other countries. Their hands are tied and they're not able to go and do the things that we're able to do. But by the grace of God, we're able to rescue these children, and we thank God for your help, and we need your help.
A mother who went on a daring undercover mission to find her only child after he was allegedly kidnapped by his father. A tip from the internet led her halfway around the world, and despite the odds against her, she brought her son back home. A joyful homecoming after 7 months of fear and desperation. It all began last August when 7-year-old Kobe Lee never returned home from a visit from his father, Jeffrey Salco. Kobe's mother, Tiffany Rubin, knew something was wrong.
Part of me was just saying, you may never see him again.
Rubin feared Salco, her ex-boyfriend, born in South Korea, had taken their son out of the country.
It's like the worst feeling I could ever imagine a person feeling, though.
She needed help, and fortunately she would find a man named Mark Miller and his group, the American Association for Lost Children, a Christian charity specializing in finding missing kids. Together they would fly to South Korea and risk breaking South Korean law in an effort to bring Kobe Lee home. Yeah, Kobe is home, and we turn now to our exclusive interview with Tiffany Rubin, her beloved little boy Kobe, and Mark Miller, the man behind the international mission that brought Kobe back home.
He ran up to me and said, "What are you doing in Korea?"
What did you think when you saw your mommy in Korea? Were you happy to see her?
Yeah.
Did you recognize her right away? You know it was your mommy?
Yes, I knew.
You knew. You knew. And Mark, you helped orchestrate all of this, right?
Correct. The day that Kobe was to get out of school with Tiffany, we went up to the school with her, to the classroom, but we stayed in the hallway, and I was by the stairs, so when she talked to the teacher and said she wanted to speak with Kobe for a couple minutes, then she come down the stairs, and then at that point I was following behind doing the surveillance. We had already planned the area that we were going to leave, the taxi to leave, take us back to the hotel area, and then go to the embassy.
By Halloween weekend of 1993, Nabella Henry and her husband Saad were sharing custody of their children. Nabella called Saad to arrange a pickup location, but her call went unanswered.
He says either he takes the children to Lebanon or he kills me. So he just took the children. I wish he would have tried to kill me. At least I would have had a fighting chance. Sometimes you lose hope. Sometimes you have hope. But, you know, I kept making phone calls to anybody that would listen.
2 long years after her children were taken, Nabella finally received the break she had been waiting for when she reached out to an organization that specializes in cases like her own.
American Association for Lost Children is a nonprofit charity that finds and rescues missing children at no cost to the parents. Nabella contacted me about her 2 children that were missing, and I was willing to help her and look into it.
Mark said he thinks he can help me. I was so excited. I mean, I wasn't 100% sure if we can get my kids back, but we were working on something. We knew we were taking a chance on being there. We knew it was risky, and we also knew there was a chance that I would go to jail, but that was a risk I was willing to take.
On October 27th, the trio arrived in Beirut, and early the next morning took a cab to the children's school. When they arrived, Nubella and Pat rushed into the crowded schoolyard searching for the children.
So I walk up to him, and I'm like, Ramsey. And he looks up, and I'm like, do you know who I am? And he goes, yeah, I'm Mommy. I just look, I'm like, Nora. She looks up, that's my girl. When the plane took off, we cried. We cried, and we couldn't believe it. And that's when Ramsey asks me, Mom, why are you crying?
She said that she's crying because she's happy. That's my one crystal clear memory of the plane.
She was reunited with her son just days before Thanksgiving. He had been missing for more than a year.
Her son had been spotted in Seoul, South Korea with his dad.
He was allegedly kidnapped by his father.
There is reason to believe that one or both daughters was sexually assaulted.
In 1987, when Robert was just 4 years old, he was abducted, and he's been missing ever since.
I had hired like about 7 PIs, private detectives, and nobody would come up with anything.
Finally, Carol's grandmother read about a group that reunites missing children with their families, and she wrote a letter.
Today, a mother and her son reunited.
I really love you guys a bunch, and I missed you guys so much. How happy are you?
Very happy. What would you have done without this group?
I don't know.
The American Association for Lost Children operates on donations. Parents don't have to pay for their kids to be rescued.
And what's your name?
Tony.
And what's her name?
Emma.
Sam, it's Emily and Anna. They don't even know their own names.
Did you ever ask Mommy where your daddy was? I'm your daddy.
No, she told me I had no daddy.
That's not true. Did you see? That's Little Rock. Remember all the sandcastles we made? Sandcastles. Wow.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
I'm starting to remember.
I took you to the beach. I'm your daddy, Robert.
10 families' prayers of being reunited were answered thanks to the American Association for Lost Children. They tracked Erin's father to Germany. They picked her up and brought her to her mother, who now has legal custody. As a matter of fact, has had legal custody all along.
I had all the evidence to show that they were being abused and mentally abused and physically abused. And there's been accusations of sexual abuse.
Carol, is that you?
A mother and her little daughter are seeing each other for the first time in 5 years.
I think I was in shock, because I just never dreamed it would have transpired. Had it not been for the American Association for Lost Children, I might not have seen her until she was an adult.
Little Catherine is excited to be going home with her mother.
Gosh, what an incredible story.
It really is.
Oh, man.
I've been doing this over 20 years and I still feel the same joy and maybe even more. We need your help. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to rescue any missing children. So please help us to learn more about us, to get involved, to be part of our team. Visit us at AAFLC.org and we welcome all. Looking forward to seeing you, and we need your help. Thank you so much, and God bless you.